What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Brian Jones Global. The title of this video is I'm Mr AJ Simmons and I'm Mr Starts with a Vision. I know before everybody gets mad, I'm not trying to claim somebody else's identity or necessarily using it for clickbait, which I guess at the end of the day it is though. But the reason I'm titling this video is as you can see, I'm a Jam Pro franchisee. I'm a subscriber of Mr AJ Simmons, who is obviously giving me a wealth of information and knowledge about the game. I bought his ebook. Great product, great ebook. And by the way, this is not scripted. This is nothing that he's paying me to do. He has no idea, nothing like this. So this is just my honest overview and opinion on the product, the information that the brother puts out. Like I said, I've been a subscriber to him for months. I actually bought my franchise back in June of 2016, and I started at the lowest level package, and literally everything that he has said along the way has came to pass in some form. And I'll be honest, I haven't followed every step along the way either, to make my life easier, which it probably would have if I'd have, listened and paid attention. So I just wanted to do this for anybody that really wanted information, really wanted a real review from somebody, not only somebody that did it and is complaining like on one of those scam review sites or nothing like that, but somebody that's really in the field and that's really doing this. So about myself, the reason I titled this video that I'm Mr. AJ Simmons and I'm Mr. Starts with a Vision is because the background about myself, I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and I actually relocated and moved to South Mississippi. I've lived in several small towns, and that's currently where I reside now. Fast forward, actually, upon graduating high school, I entered into the United States Air Force. So I'm actually an Air Force veteran. I served 4 years. I was stationed in Great Falls, Montana. I separated in 2004. So that's the reason I say I'm Mr. Starts with a Vision, because I'm actually a veteran of the U.S. Air Force as well. I had the same passion as far as starting a business, and I just always knew it was something that I had to do. As far as back to the Jam Pro side, and me saying I'm Mr. AJ Simmons, I just found that our stories was parallel, a lot of it. I actually am a barber by trade. I actually run a barbershop at the moment. That's my daytime gig, so stay tuned. I'll be showing y'all, giving y'all a little tour on what my little shop looks like. It's one of the first here in the state of Mississippi, so hopefully it inspires somebody to just step out in your dreams and do something. So I know that was a business that he dabbled in. I don't think he was actually a barber, but I know he did start a barber business, so he gave the testimony on that. So as far as with the cleaning, I, just like AJ myself, like I said, I came in on the lowest package. I don't come from a lot of money or nothing like that, so I pretty much used my last. Like I said, I'm an Air Force veteran, so after I separated the Air Force, I've moved to various jobs and did okay as far as the jobs. I was with I worked with Delta Airlines. I even started an income tax franchise at one point. Not started, but I bought into an income tax franchise. Found out that wasn't really for me. And then I even did commercial cleaning, initially independent, kind of like how Fabio Hart does. And by the way, subscribe to all those channels if you already are not. So definitely go to Mr. AJ Simmons online. Check out all his information, get the ebook. Trust me, I live by it pretty much as far as in this business. And some of the regular life lessons that he gives as well. Fabio Hart as well, and also Mr. Starts with a Vision. So just quick disclaimer, go subscribe to all those channels, definitely if you hadn't already. But what was I? To make a long story short, so I came in on the lowest level. I started in June, and from June until now, I'm actually at, as far as gross income, we do about $4,000 a month gross. So that's from July until now, June or July until now. And so it's been a short span. and things have been going okay. We finally getting to the point where the business is actually generating income. Because if you're involved in this franchise, of course, they take their fees. And also when you start, like AJ says, that it takes a few months. It may take a couple of weeks until a month or so before you even get your first account. But even after that, it's almost like you're working in a hole, like a job. So you'll do like a whole month, and you're not even going to see the income from that. And then even when you do start getting your pay from the months, it's always a month behind. So you get paid at the end of the month for the previous month that you worked, if that makes sense. I hope I made sense out of that to somebody. If not, leave me a message or something and I can try to break that down. But so it actually took me probably like 2 or 3 months to start seeing the fruits of my labor. So you're going to have tough skin in this business. And really, you got to really have a passion or have a why, as they say, to why you really want to do this, why you really want to be in this business. And like AJ says, it's not easy. I'm married. I'm a father of 4. I got 3 that live with me currently, and my oldest daughter lives out of state. But needless to say, and out of those 3 that live with me, one of them is a 1-year-old. So trust me, it's a struggle. Myself and my wife, we started this as a team. I actually went the exact route that AJ said, and trust me, it's right. And if you're not built for this, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not even don't put that it's a scam. Don't do any of that. If you're not built for, days where you sleep 2 or 3 hours out of a day regularly, don't do it. Because basically what we had to do initially to get started, my first account, and I came in on the lowest level, and believe it or not, my first account propelled me to 2 levels after what I was guaranteed by the franchisee coming in. So overnight, my income started changing. So my very first account, actually I started off with 2 accounts, excuse me. The one account was a small account. It was like $225 a month. And my second, and that's like roughly, I think that account is maybe 400 something square feet. I'm not positive. I have to look at the chart. Like I said, we up to 5 accounts now. But my largest account, the second account I got was my largest account. And that account was 19,000 square feet. And that's right, not 100,000. And I jumped in it almost I was so shocked that they would even offer me something like that, that I jumped at the numbers and I wanted to accept the account. And so that account actually netted me, at the time it was $1,950 a month. And so that automatically propelled me to the next level. And then even actually they did an addition onto that building. They added a bathroom, which took that account past $2,000 a month. So you can quickly grow. I mean, that whole thing when they say you come in on the lowest level and they guarantee you X amount, that has nothing to do with nothing. That's your best bet to come in on the lowest level, because you always can move up, and 9 times out of 10 you will, depending on your locale and where you are. So with that account, it pushed me, in a good space. Like I said, of course, and like AJ says, that's not your money. For one. For two, like I said, it takes a couple months for you to even see anything off of that. So imagine cleaning a 19,000 square foot building for over a month before you even get paid from it. I mean, so that sucks too. You better have something to fall back on. And I know this has all been said before. I'm regurgitating information, but it's important and paramount that you guys hear this and understand it, because it's real. Also, like AJ as well. And I keep saying like AJ because, like I said, this guy gave us the blueprint. I know you get a lot. I've watched every cleaning janitorial video just about that you can name on YouTube. And there's a lot of it has been helpful information. And like I said, I even named Fabio Hart. His was helpful as well. Just like I just personally had a hard time finding accounts when I went at it independently, so I had to go the franchise route. But if you, once again, if you can do it independent, go for it. But the format that the franchise gives you, helping you build and get your money for your accounts is, it's something that you're not gonna have to do. And they helping you find the accounts. Even if you can't get accounts, like I've all the accounts that I haven't personally got these accounts myself at all. They've gotten them for me. So of course, when you do that, they have I guess I'll call it a finder's fee. for you with those accounts, and it's usually 3 times or 4 times the monthly gross, depending on what level you're on. But even with that, you still can make money in this business. I'm actually gross. I shouldn't say because I'm not. I understand the business aspect. So business wise, I don't. I mean, business wise, I do make this amount of money, but personally, I don't. If that makes sense. And I know AJ's touched on that numerous times. But business wise, the business generates more than what I would have made going to a job. And so, like I said, when I started, I took that large 19,000 square feet building, and I hadn't had the first employee in sight. I put my foot in my mouth, and I didn't have any help. And like I said, I got kids. So my first thing I wanted to do was be able to get my wife to help, but my wife works during the day. She's actually a licensed clinical therapist, or mental health therapist, excuse me. So I couldn't get my wife to go work all day and then come pull her at night at the time. At least so I thought. So at that time, I had to go work that building by myself. And I don't know if you realize what I'm saying, but 19,000 square feet. So I take this account on and I go out there in the field. And how about this first day, it took me 9 hours to work this building. I left at 8 that night and I got home, at about 5:30, 6 o'clock that following morning. Dog tired. And so I did that actually for the first few days. I couldn't tell the franchise that I couldn't fulfill after I put my foot in my mouth. And if I would have listened to AJ and probably hired out from the beginning, I would have did better. But honestly, in my current state, like I said, I wasn't going to see any money from that account for over a month. And quite frankly, my bills wouldn't allow me to pay anybody else at the time. So what I ended up starting doing, like I said, I do cut hair during the day. I'm a barber. And I was able to, I was actually taking money out of my pocket. I got my nephew to come help me. It was not even on, it wasn't even, he wasn't even officially hired, basically. Just on some, I'm going to pay you under the table, I just need some help. So I paid him a couple days. Then that got old. Then my wife actually said she would come help me, but we had a problem with the children. So if you got kids, like I said, this is not a smooth transition. So luckily, my sister-in-law agreed to keep my children for us. We did pay her, but it was a lot cheaper than what we would have had to pay a daycare to keep 3 children. So I paid her, which is another form of money going out still. My wife came to help me during the evenings on the heavy days, because that large account is every other day as far as a full clean. And then on the odd days, you just pull the garbage out of the whole building. So it's not that bad on the odd days, but even 19,000 square feet, it takes you damn near an hour to pull the trash because there's so many individual offices. It's actually like a big complex. There's Alpha Insurance office in there. It's a Coldwell Banker real estate office in there. And there's actually a cell phone store. It's actually the headquarters of the cell phone store, where they actually do like the fiber optic cables and the whole nine in there. So all of those are connected, but that's all considered one account. But it's 3 different businesses inside the one account. So me and my wife worked that. She would go with me 3 days a week, 3 nights a week. And this is after her working during the day. So she's doing double duty and I'm doing double duty because I cut hair during the day and then go do that at night. So we're both getting minimum sleep, and we got 3 children. And we're getting our children home at 10, 11 o'clock, at night. And then they got to get up and go to school in the morning. And so we did this for probably the first 2 months, and to the point of before you start having issues where, your wife is like, look, this is not going to work. We got to do something. It's a problem. And then we just start generating the income from it. So I still really couldn't hire at the moment. So what I ended up doing was I told my wife she could just come with me like on Sunday, which is one of the days actually I go to clean as well. So we changed it and we go Sunday to clean that account. And then so for Monday morning, everything is already clean and is ready to go for the people at work. And then obviously my wife doesn't work on the weekend, so it helps us out, and we can go a little earlier because most businesses are closed on Sunday. So that helped out. And then as far as those during the week, the 2 days that she would go with me during the week, I did get one guy hired on with me. And he goes with me on just the two heavy days where I have to do that full clean on a large account. And then on the odd number of days, I just go myself and I tough it out, and I still, and since then I've gotten three more accounts, three cell phone stores, one Verizon store, and then locally here where I'm at, it used to be formerly, excuse me, Cellular South, and now the company is called C Spire. And I got two of those buildings as well. And so for those, I knock them out myself. And I mean, even then, with just me personally, it still takes me about 4 hours on those nights. And then a large account, it usually takes us between about, pretty much about 7 to 8 hours to go knock out all of them. And we've been doing that since. And like I said, I really regret not listening to AJ and hiring first. But the way I look at it now is the income that the business generates now, and I know personally that I just couldn't take it going to work for somebody else. Is worth it. Even if I have to work 8 hours at the end of the day, you know, we get so caught up in this business being able to generate income on a part-time basis as far as like 4 or 5 hours. But let's be real. Any business that you get involved in, you're supposed to work harder for your business than you will for working for somebody else. So even if I had to work every day, 8 hours a day, it should be worth it. And I'm not telling somebody to do that, nor do I advise it, because you get burnt out. But what I'm saying is, if that's why you have to have a why, you have to have a reason, excuse me, why you want to work, you know, why you want to work for yourself, because it has to keep you motivated to continue to do this. And for me, I know I'm doing this mainly for my family, obviously, and I want to be an example to my children that you can make it without somebody having to give you something. You know, I did everything by the book, or what I thought was correct and right. As far as every job that I've been at, I've excelled to be a supervisor of some sort. Like I said, I've done the military, and I got decorations and things to prove, which I will show. Because I'm sure, like a lot of these videos, you get haters. That's the reason why I wore my Jam Pro shirt. I know some people think it's like some scripted thing, or how do we know that you even do it? Because they even hate on AJ Simmons. So to stop that foolishness, I didn't just go buy a Jam Pro shirt. So, and I don't work at Jam Pro. I can show you that I'm a franchisee, franchise number 32 out of Central Mississippi. So you can look that up if you want to. And I have an LLC as well. You can look that up. That's public record. All you have to do is go to the Secretary of State office and you can do a search. But needless to say, I'm doing that to show that this is genuine. I'm showing that I'm doing this review in the video. It is the start of my YouTube channel, but also doing it because I think people need to hear this. This is a real live testimony. Like I said, it's not scripted. AJ had no idea, or has no idea, excuse me, that I'm doing this. But please, somebody get the word to him and let him know, because I'm really grateful for the information that this brother puts out. All across the board. And like I said, it's 100% true. It's life-changing. And that's real. I hope he stays motivated to keep doing what he's doing, because it helps those that otherwise probably wouldn't. You know, I toiled with I tossed and turned as far as with the idea of if I even wanted to get involved in the franchise, because I wanted to fight for my independence. Like overall, I'm pro-independence. But I had to make a real life decision and look at, can I generate these accounts by myself, or would I need the help of a franchise? And so realistically, I had to make a conscious decision and get the help of the franchise. So that's why I went that route. And I'm 34 years old. So I'm doing this to say, I think if I'm not mistaken, AJ's a little bit younger than I am, but you got to give credit where it's due. You know, if somebody's motivating you, it doesn't matter the age. You take the information from wherever you can get it from. And I'm hoping this is a motivational video for somebody else, or at least to inspire them, whether it's, just to take that plunge. If you're tired of going to work, and the bottom line is this, I knew for a fact, I looked at everybody else around me and I looked at my own history. And like they said, if you do the same thing, I knew for a fact what I would get if I did the same thing that I've been doing, because I've been getting the same results. And I didn't know what was on the other side of that coin or the other side of that door. But I did know for a fact that I really couldn't take going to work for somebody else. I couldn't take them telling me what to do every day. And so it was time to make a conscious decision and a choice. So I took the plunge. I went in it. And it's been a good ride. Currently, we're up to, as far as the business, we're up to about $4,200 a month. That's gross income, so that's not counting, the franchise fees that they take out every month, and it's also not counting the fees that they take out. Because, like I said, depending on which level, which at the level I'm at now is 3 times the monthly gross, and after you pay that back, then your net pay will change a little bit as well. But even with that, it's better than what I would have generated just going to get a little job somewhere, especially in, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but in Mississippi, we're the lowest paid of, if I'm not mistaken, of everywhere. If not everywhere, we're definitely in the top 5 of the lowest paid, and a lot of those things. So I have some college, but I didn't graduate college. So for somebody in that position, there's not really a lot out there, unless you could take an offshore oil rig job, or like I said, I already did military, and you can or you can do is some kind of trade. But needless to say, I try to build my career, my life off of what I'm passionate about. Barbering is my passion. Like, I'm more passionate about that. And just like AJ said, I wasn't a diehard person to do janitorial work. I don't think anybody grows up and says I want to be a janitor. But what I did know, I did the research, and I knew that it may not be 100% recession proof, but janitorial is one of the things that's, if you look at like the old, the Great Depression days, and any time that we've gone through recessions, it was one of those things that always kind of remained and kept everybody afloat. And that's what attracted me to it. And then when I realized the rates of what people pay, I was like, I'm all in. And it's crazy because sometimes people don't, they don't even value us. They look down on us, which I actually personally like. I like for you to look at me as just a janitor and not realizing that I'm probably making more than you making at your job right now, at the building that I'm cleaning. So, I personally like it. Like I said, I think, to each his own. But I would say you got to develop some way to find some passion into it, some way to find something to motivate you to keep going, because it is hard. Like I said, today is Monday morning. Yesterday, prime example, from I'll say from Thursday night until last night, I had slept a total of about 12 hours. And that's not an exaggeration, that's accurate. And then luckily last night I got back a little early because it was on Sunday, and I got a good night's rest. So that's like I said, that's not an exaggeration. That's 100% accurate. And if people think, yeah, right, how is he doing that? Well, the thing is, if you're passionate about doing it, you're going to figure out a way to do it. That's the bottom line. That's all to it. So it is what it is, but definitely subscribe to all those channels that I told you. But I wanted to do this for, especially, like I said, anybody thinking about the commercial cleaning side. And I can only speak on Jan Pro because that's the one that I'm involved with. I don't know anything about the other ones. I did initially check into Jenny King. I don't know their full layout. The reason that I made my choice because of the area I was in, first and foremost, Jan Pro was, first and foremost, they were cheaper than Jenny King. I didn't have the capital to get started with Jenny King. And also, when I reached out and talked to the people, Jan Pro was just more welcoming. I like the vibe that I got from the regional franchise manager, and they've been there to help every step of the way. So, like I said, we don't have access to all of them. So if anybody has questions like about Coverall, Jenny King, all these other ones, I don't have the answers to that because I wasn't able to reach out. But if you got questions about Jan Pro exclusively, I can pretty much tell you about that. I don't have any new information to be totally honest with you other than what AJ's put out, and that's just because he did so good of a job giving you the game. I mean, telling you how to hire, when to hire, what to check into, all of it. I like I said, I use it all. I use all his videos. I'm a daily subscriber. I watched a video this morning when he even said he lied about how to get out of the field. So as somebody that didn't listen, I'm coming on here as somebody who didn't listen. I'm not out of the field. I am a slave to my business right now. But guess what? I'm okay with that because I'm also one of those people that I'll bet it all. Like, I'm not going to get a job. I'm okay. You can repo the car. And I also I do keep my bills to a minimum though. So that's a difference. So don't base it off of yeah, I got kids and I got all this stuff, but I got a lot of a lot of things that I have are paid for. I currently live in a mobile home, so I don't have. I do that to keep my expenses low, so I don't pay rent every month. So that there alone is something that can keep me afloat. I don't have to worry about getting evicted or getting kicked out, and that allows me to breathe easy. Also, my wife is still employed, so that's the other source of income that takes care of a lot of the would be household bills. And we do have a car payment, and but then we also have pay. I have two paid for vehicles. So even in worst case of if shit hit the fan, you could take the car. That's just how I feel. I'm built for that. I don't care about that. So you could take the car. At the end of the day, we still gonna have a vehicle. We still gonna have a roof over our head. So I'm content and I'm cool with betting it all on myself and going out here. But everybody's situation is different. If you risk it at risk to be evicted or you at risk to not have transportation, then you gotta do what you gotta do. You might have to get a job or whatever or try different routes. So that's just the route that I took. And even then it's still difficult. Like I said, I got 3 children at home and it's nowhere near easy. And bottom line, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. That's the truth. So, like I said, I plan to, I'm new to this. This is my first video, but I definitely plan to be uploading more. I don't know how quick I'll get acclimated to doing 2 a days like AJ or even up to that many subscribers. But I just wanted to put out a testimonial on some real life information, real 101 from somebody that's in the field doing it. Because it's one thing for him to tell you. I just felt like the video was needed because I know I've seen comments, I've seen people, they're like, oh, big deal. He says this, he says that. But then nobody sees the result. And I don't even know if he gets to fully see the result of what he puts out. Like, are they really understanding? Are they really getting it? So what I wanted to do was a testimonial and an introduction to who I am myself, to show that, hey, this is real. This is positive. I'm living proof of what the book says. I'm living proof of what that channel is all about. So be on the lookout for more information. I'll be putting out more videos, not only about my cleaning accounts. I'll be doing videos. I'm like I said, I'm gonna show y'all my barbershop. It's actually a cool idea, or at least I think it's cool. And just different information. It's not going to just be a janitorial channel. We can talk about regular life, politics, religion, whatever you into. So stay tuned. Be on the lookout. Once again, my name is Brian Jones, a.k.a. Mr. Brian Jones Global. Oh, and before I forget, if this video does make it to AJ Simmons, like I said, he'll see that I'm a subscriber on there. But actually, I was the one that I have reached out to him a while back, and he responded to me. I think we talked via email before and via Facebook at one time. And actually, I took the plunge to reach out to him. He was actually looking for some conscious information on like the new Hidden Colors DVD, and I shot that to him via email. So if you remember that, AJ, I'm the guy that sent you the Hidden Colors via email at brianjonesglobal@gmail.com. So anyway, y'all stay tuned. I appreciate it. And if you like the video, you can like it. Anybody like the information, y'all just roll with me, subscribe to it or whatever. But y'all just stick with me. And like I said, but I'm not trying to come in and compete and be take nobody's shine to be some new channel or any of that to compete. I really just wanted to do a review video for anybody that's really thinking. I hope it hit home for somebody, and this is a real life testimony. So for that, stay tuned.